How you doing, everybody? This is John Kavanagh from Dublin, Ireland, and I am the head coach of Straight Blast Gym Ireland. The greatest of all time, who would I put into that group? Well, first I'm have to go with the last emperor, Fedor, favorite of mine for a long time. Close second, and I'm very happy to say I got the trainer, was BJ Penn, just incredibly skillful and, you know, fought up and down weight classes. And then finally, I'm going to have to go with the notorious one, Conor McGregor. He changed the landscape for a lot of fighters and brought so many new people to the sport. Obviously, 2 weight class champion in the UFC at the same time. Broke so many records, changed so many people's lives. So they're my 3. Of course, what Campbell did, you could not overstate it. None of us would be here if it wasn't for his vision at the beginning. And for me, all these years later, being a fan at the beginning, then a fighter, and then a coach, to kind of close that loop and get to meet him and have a fighter on one of his promotions, that's I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying it. Combate has a saying that you don't have to be Hispanic to fight on the promotion, but you got to fight like a Mexican. So what does that mean to me? Well, the Mexican fighters are famous for their bravery, their courage, their pressure, hands up, chin down. They're going to get in there and trade. Well, Franz Mlambo, he's the most Mexican, South African, Irish guy I've ever met. So like everywhere in the world, combat sports, in particular MMA, you know, the tagline is the fastest growing sport in the world. We had an SBG guy from Cork. Patrick made a good impact while he was here. He's kicked open the doors, dragged me and Franz in. We're going to be bringing a lot more Irish to this promotion and the sport in general. So this idea of 8 men enter, 1 man leaves, the old UFC 1 tournament style, I haven't had a huge amount of experience of that lately. I actually started off my own MMA fighting 400 years ago doing 8-man tournaments, so a little bit of experience back then, and some of my fighters have done it. But I really like how they're doing it. It's you know, you got 1 round for the first 2 fights, and then the 3 rounds for the final fight. But it does bring in its challenges. We have to have a certain style to make sure we win the 5 minutes because it's only 1 round fight, and try to avoid picking up any bad injuries that might stop you continuing in the tournament. But like I said, UFC 1 was what got me into this sport. So to have one of my fighters in one of the best promotions in the world, going with that similar style, very exciting. Franz Mlambo is a sniper. There's not a lot of bantamweights out there that have genuine one-punch knockout power. He has. Describing Conor in 1 sentence, my God, there's a challenge. I would say he's confident, arrogant, brash, skillful, and very intelligent. Georges St-Pierre, I think, is one of the best athletes in mixed martial arts. He has that very much sport competitor approach. Francis Ngannou is terrifying. That's what he is in a sentence. John Jones, his accomplishments in the cage, you cannot say anything else other than he is exceptional, incredibly skilled, incredibly intelligent while he's in the cage. I started with MMA when I saw UFC 1 for the first time. Like most people who did martial arts, we always asked who would win, a boxer, a wrestler, a karate guy. And this was the first time we saw it actually live. And after that, I was a fan forever. So my greatest memory as an MMA coach, I'm going to have to go with Conor McGregor winning the 2nd belt and bringing MMA to New York, Madison Square Garden. It was pretty much a perfect fight, perfect night. I'll always be thinking of that one. So my worst memory as a coach, I've got to say, this will annoy you, but I don't actually have any. Of course, we've had losses, we've had setbacks, but all of those have led me to where I am today. As someone once said, it's a win or learn philosophy. So yeah, I can't say there's any bad ones. There's certainly been ones that I've learned a lot from, and they're all very special to me. So no bad ones.